scotch. I've had
That's nasty.
many of my friends, many people I've worked with over the years try and quote unquote make a man out of me and make me enjoy it. No, here, no. You need some Glenfiddich. No. You need some.
Like a man.
Yeah, what's the other one?
Glenlivet is the only scotch that you should be drinking.
But no, there's another one though. There's another one that I'm thinking of.
Glenfiddich.
Glenfiddich, but no, not
Wild
Glen.
Turkey.
There's another.
Caesar Chavez.
Yes.
Bolvini.
I don't know. Brown.
Talisker.
It was a brown thing and it tasted bad.
Glengarry, Glen Raspberry.
Yeah, I used to make fun of
Brown Lodge.
I used to make fun of Keith all the time. Very good. Line of the day. I used to make fun of Keith all the time for his affectation for like the frosty frozen beverages,
The girly drinks.
So yeah, the girl drinks. And what it came down to is Keith actually explained to me, he's like, wait, why should I not enjoy the taste of whatever it is that's getting me all screwy? And I thought to myself, he's got a point, and that's when I got into the Crystal Light and vodka.
Bro, there's a movement, Chris, that you may or may not be aware of in fancy bars and establishments throughout Manhattan and Brooklyn, that they're knocking back to the old sort of flapper days of classic cocktails. A lot of little hidden spots and places that are manned by world-renowned bar chefs that are just making really good whiskey-based classic cocktails. They're deliciously expensive.
I'm
but
dying for a Rob Roy.
I'm telling you, it's great.
I'll tell you a great mix.
If the Cloverfield monster ever hits, those places first.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad about it, but I have the greatest time at those places.
A great mixed drink is Red Bull
Eastside
and
Company Bar,
vodka.
baby.
Red Bull and vodka, because you get the
Delicious.
upper and you get the downer of the
Delicious.
alcohol, the upper of the Red Bull, and it just messes you up.
Delicious. I'm a big fan. You know what? But I also go. I'm sorry, Keith. You were about to say.
I was going to say I was about to no. I was about to do a little experiment for the show. I was going to drink some Red Bull and vodka and see what happened.
Do what you got to do. I got 2 of them in the refrigerator if you need one. I mean, whatever happened to like, if only for the fact that it's fattening and it bloats you a little bit. Just drink beer. Be a person.
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs.
I was very surprised. Last week after the show, we went out, we got some Moe's tacos, and we got some vodka from the store. And the vodka that we got from the store was Poland Spring vodka that was a third less calories. And I did not know they made a diet vodka.
Nor did I. It was delightful. I've been enjoying it all week long. I've been enjoying it and not enjoying beer.
I didn't look at the label. It seems to me that the calories of vodka is probably not all that substantial. And I'm wrong about that?
40 calories a shot. It's the least
it's
you can
pretty
do.
low. It's pretty low.
Even that's kind of like big. I would have thought nothing. I mean, it's what you mix it with that you gotta watch out for.
That's why you do it with Crystal Light. No calories.
Well, I'm saying it's not. It's so 1/3 of 40. I mean, what's that? Knock it down like another 12 calories. Are they really marketing
You're going to
themselves?
have like a dozen shots.
But you know what? But if you're going to have a gentleman would have at least a dozen shots if he's going to sit and relax. And
So there,
and,
you've
and I
saved
would
yourself
have
half of a small fries.
and I would have a dozen, but I would have a dozen beers. And a dozen beers, that's like then you're talking about 1,200 calories versus like wait, let me do the math.
No, I
two.
totally-
Wait, no, let me count 2, 3 versus 17,000 calories. Wait, so
I
it's
totally
fat?
get that's my point. Is that why? That's my point, Chris. Why bother taking making light vodka? Because the difference in calories is so insubstantial.
I couldn't tell you. All I know is it was $11, and and the other stuff that I usually get is $14. So I said, "Oh, I could save $3."
Okay,
Sweet.
got it. I understand.
Less price.
So yeah, exactly. So what's going on with you, John? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I heard you guys talking about bad roommate stories and people moving out in the middle of the night. We kind of did that to my last apartment before I was married. When I was moving out of the place with all of my roommates, we told the guy, just keep the deposit and we'll make sure the place is nice and clean for you, so we didn't have to pay the last month's rent because I had to put a deposit on the new place. And you can imagine how the cleaning went.
Oh, well,
what the place was like when we just decided to bounce.
Totally been there, done that.
He's under the door at 2 a.m, gone.
Obviously, well, no, yeah, I drop them in the mailbox.
A car tire in the middle of the living room.
Close.
I was going to say the squeal
Like,
of the car
how
tires.
about 150 wire hangers, a futon, We almost left a huge bar that the guys who lived downstairs from us had built, but I wound up taking it apart because I thought I could salvage it. Metal folding chairs, nothing dusted, an old air conditioner or two. I mean, we really just,
John, did you ever hear back from him?
Did I ever hear back from him? No, to the point where I almost sort of snuck in once to get my mail.
That's great. That's great.
I just called the other tenants because he lived in the building. I mean, we justified it that he went to Greece for 6 weeks one time, and he lived in the building, and the thermostat was in the building. So he went to Greece from February through March, and we didn't have any heat.
Okay,
and
so
when we finally were able to confront him about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was in Greece for 6 weeks, like it was no big thing." So he got what he had coming to him.
I was in Greece for 6 weeks, 72 degrees. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much what he said.
Did you like your landlord? Was he a good guy, or no?
No, he was kind of a doofus. If you had problems with the apartment, he didn't know how to fix anything. The fixture in the dining room broke, and we told him we needed an electrician, and he just handed us into the fixture and was like, "Go do it yourself."
Uh-huh.
And the fuses didn't really work, so none of us felt like electrocuting ourselves. So we waited 2.5 months for him to fix it.
This outlet for the plug is not working. I stick a screwdriver in to fix it. I have it.
Yeah.
I just like that.
Yeah, make sure you're nice and wet too.
I like that he's a doofus. I haven't met a doofus in like 23 years.
Oh, doofuses hang out with nerds all the time. They're great.
I have a good landlord story. One day, my landlady, the first time we're meeting her, comes down to me and my wife's apartment, and we're cooking some vegetarian meal. And she goes, "Oh, you guys don't eat meat, you vegetarians?" And we go, "Yeah." And she whispers to my wife, she goes, "Nikki, do you suck down there?" And she goes, "Yeah." Then my landlady goes, "Then you're not a vegetarian."
Whoa.
That's the most.
First time we ever met the lady.
Most uncomfortable conversation a human being could have.
That's the most insane thing I've ever heard. You actually talk to your landlady?
Totally.
And bro, your wife sucks down there.
Just hand them the check and run away.
See, at that point, I would just call U-Haul immediately and just get out.
The thing is that I heard the whisper, and then I see Nikki just really laugh uncomfortably, and when she left, I'm like, "What did she tell you?" And she told me this. I was so frightened. So frightened.
She said she was appalled at the fact that I sucked you down there, and I agreed. Yeah. Unbelievably hideous. I could never even imagine. Like I said, if
what
it's
an ethical quandary that is.
If it's the landlord that you're screwing, I don't want to say it's acceptable because it's still ethically wrong.
Yes, totally.
But it's not the same deal.
No, but he was a doofus.
It's not. Well, true. It's not the same issue that Chaz had. It's not the same issue that I had. It's it's a different thing when it's a friend that's screwing you over. If it's the landlord, I don't necessarily have a big deal with that. I had a one of my old apartments. I actually think I've discussed it on this very show. I actually was laying down in the bath, relaxing. And when I went to get up, I grabbed onto the soap dish to try and get up, and I ripped the soap dish clean off the wall because it wasn't attached properly, to be quite honest. And I'm a little bit husky.
Rental, right?
Yes, a rental. And I ripped the thing off the wall, and I never told the landlord. All I did was I taped a garbage bag with duct tape over the hole so it wouldn't go through it.
You didn't fix it. Perfect. You don't know how to.
Bob Vila.
What do you mean? Why would I fix it?
You don't own it.
That's a jerk move.
Yeah, well, he was a landlord. He wasn't a friend, so it's a little bit different. So when I moved out, he found a hole in his bathroom wall, and I left all my teacups there too, coffee cups, because I don't drink coffee.
Wait a minute, you have teacups?
Well, tea and like mugs.
Oh,
like
okay.
every like coffee mugs, tea mugs, whatever you want to call
So
them.
he actually got something to make up for the hole in the wall.
Exactly. So it's just like, I don't want to carry all these things in the house. I don't drink tea out of a cup anyway.
See, that was my next question, Chris. Did you leave a deposit, and if so, how much did he take out of that for the whole? of his bathroom?
Well, just like our buddy John here on the line did. I told him, hey, we got a new place. It's a little bit bigger. We'll clean the place up. If you want to just keep the deposit, so we don't have to pay as much, we'd appreciate it.
And by clean the place, you meant gut the place.
And by
anytime anybody says that to a landlord, it ought to come with like winks and like, you trust me, right? I look like an honest guy, don't I?
Actually,
you're never cleaning.
I think immediately the moment that you say that to a landlord, what should go ring in their head is whoop, 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 whoop. No, don't allow it.
Keg party.
We even